All right, Joe. I'm honestly pretty exhausted. I really don't want to record this video, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. Tired of looking at the charts today. All right, so let's get on with it. 4 hour chart. What do we have today? We were at all-time highs. We were stuck in the range on Dow. Then we had a monthly right here. Uh, we had a monthly. This high, this high, and this high. And then we had a weekly as well. That's carried on from yesterday. So yesterday we had weekly with this PSP confirming it. And then today was just a drop to sweep some liquidity. So later, my buddy showed me kind of like how the whole idea of today and like the way liquidity was ran, but I kind of didn't catch on to this earlier today. So pretty much, it was a pretty basic MXM just on a 2 day period. Monday overextended. Tuesday came back and just swept Monday and Friday range. So here we had our initial consolidation, expansion, and then just came right back. Expanded on Q3, came back on Q3. So it is what it is. That's it. Now for the trades today, if we go in lower time frame, we had let's see. We had right over here this very weak daily cycle. Um, as you can see at 9:15, we had that PSP as well with the Dow, and then obviously the Dow ripped through it, but the daily cycle is already there, and then it ripped lower. So potential entry for today is very whack, but you would have to enter following the daily cycle and just accepting the fact that Dow ran higher and still trusting the daily cycle on NQ. If you're strictly based off of quarterly theory, but in all reality, if you zoom out, you can tell like, hey, look, we had weekly right here, and literally no liquidity was swept at all. So since this low didn't get swept on the Dow at 7 a.m. today, you could expect some kind of form of liquidity to be swept. And then when we go down to the 15 minute, well, better to go down to the 5 minute. And then we see, and then we see this drop, initial drop with a pullback. ES pulled all the way back into New Week opening gap, while NQ just stuttered there and did nothing. This was a perfect entry, um, but it's difficult, very difficult to understand all of that at once and trust it all. So yeah, it would have rewarded you with a sweet 700 if you got the entry, but me personally, I mean, this is very hard, very, very difficult, but I'm gonna, one day I'll catch it. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna sit here and bash myself once again. So yeah, right here you can see ES ran higher just for the sake purpose of running lower, and right over here um, is that perfect entry with a PSP. Now I saw this one and I was like, if it's a short, this is the perfect short. I didn't enter it, but I watched it go, and then after that I had an entry over here, which I left too early, and as you can see, obviously costed me quite a lot of profit. If I held this, I mean, I would have made 3,500 minimum, but whatever. I'll show you guys. I got a few things to work on. I'll describe them at the end. So let's open up Top Step X. Alright, so over here is my first trade on like the main copy trader. So you see over here, I got stopped out. Bam. I left a little bit under break. I left at minus 98. I was kind of disappointed. I was like, what's going on? Why are we running lower? So there was that perfect PSP entry short, and then I got stopped out. Then I waited till we get to the end of the drop, and here's that buy. Absolutely phenomenal buy. ES. Uh, so ES took this lower low right here because we had a PSP in the 1 minute, so I didn't expect NQ to take the low. But ES took that low, created the crack, and then sent us higher. I put my stop right here at this low, and then when I saw it come and edge it, I left. But dude, this is retarded. Like, why in the world am I not putting my like? It doesn't matter where I enter on this 15 second. My stop, like this is genuinely a mistake. Even if I entered at the high, I don't think I entered all the way up there. Did I? 3 1 1. No, 1 3 1. Oh, I did. Even that. Are we serious right now? I mean, how much risk is this? 104 risk on a day where our range is, what is this range? On a day where our range is like 800 plus. Like, come on, I gotta be serious. I don't know what I'm doing with this crap. So look, if I target 3RR like I should, slammed, instant, it's free TP, and I don't have to think twice about this. And that right there would be also above. Yeah, that would hit the weak opening gap, and I'd have a TP. 31. Where is it, dude? 31. Yeah, so that would have hit TP right there. So, silly mistake, but stupid. I mean, this is a phenomenal entry. Nobody on Twitter hit this, but I should have held it. I don't. Anyway, I'm putting emotion into it. Let's just be realistic. After that, what happened? I hopped onto the other accounts and just literally just overtrade. I took one trade per account, and just kind of led me to overtrading a little bit. Um, so the worst one was this one at minus 603, but yeah, kind of went on a tilt today. I'm not gonna lie, pretty bad tilt, but it happens. Only all other accounts like here. I'll just show you guys. Be transparent. I'm having a bad 2 weeks, but it's all good. So you see. Yeah, this one, 5 trades. Oh wow. Well, yeah, because the other ones are being copy traded the whole time. So anyway, dude, that's the result of today. Obviously, it didn't really follow my rules and stuff, but um, so yeah, that happened. Now what did I learn from today? Because obviously, this is just down like this happens, but like if you learn something from it, then obviously, there's a greater good on the other side. So what did I learn from today? One thing I can definitely take away from today is that I need to have a strict stop loss. Like, I need to have a stop loss that I'm acceptant of. 5 micros right here was 200. What was that? 100 ticks, right? So that was $250. I was not acceptant of losing $250 on that trade. Yes, if I won, I would have won 250 times 3, which is 750 times 5, which is 3,800. But I wasn't acceptant of that. So because I wasn't acceptant of the loss, I wasn't acceptant of the win. Um, and it resulted with this kind of it had this result. So from here on out, I wrote down on a piece of paper as well. This is my risk analysis pretty much. 2 trades. I'm following that really well. Today was my first day where I didn't follow that. And here's the thing, guys. We're looking at 2 trades on losing days after losing days. I'm taking them and getting out. Now, I still have days like last week. I didn't even do that bad because that day right there, like it brought my ass back. And minus 277. That's let's be for real, bro. 277 is nothing. Like that's nothing on the week. I make more than that from like just today from crypto. I made more than that. Like doesn't matter. So two trades, following that really well. I'm not looking at today's statistic. Who cares? One day I'm gonna be back on the grind tomorrow. $150 per trade. This is the most important part. $150 per trade and 100 ticks. So look, in this case, if I did 100 ticks today, 100 ticks, I wouldn't have hit the stop loss. Well, in most cases, it would be 100 ticks because usually my stop loss isn't more than 100 ticks, or else there's a bigger, bigger problem. So 100 ticks, which is $150, and aim for 450 across 5 accounts. 5 times 100. That's 500, $750 if I lose, which is very little across 5 accounts. So $10,000 total drawdown. Well, obviously a little less now, but and if I win, 450 times 5, 2,000, 2,250. That is healthy, and that is what I need to aim for. Um, and yeah, I think I'm gonna be doing this from now on. As I wrote it down, I don't think I will do this because I see myself genuinely growing and improving using 2 trades a day. I've seen better growth in the last month with these 2 trades strategy than I've ever did in trading. And I've been able to calculate and like physically see the growth in front of me. So 3RR, and what I'm going to do is, so let's say this one hits right here, 3RR. After that, I move my stop loss up to 1RR. So I take off partials. So let's say I'm using 3 micros. I take off 2 micros instantly there, and I can let one run. So then I could let it run, and then I'm like, oh well, like okay, it's already PM session, it's choppy, I might leave. I might get an extra R on that 1 micro, or and then I adjust my stop to 1R. So if it would come down and hit here, which looks like it wouldn't actually right there, it wouldn't today, but if it does, then it takes me out. So that would end up with 2.5 RR on the day. But that's still no problem at all. Or I just close it out 3RR. But I think tomorrow I will for sure just end it at 3RR and move on. Because I need to lock in some. I need to just have way more. Not way more, but I just need to have constant variables. And that's going to do the job for me. So up until break even on the account, I'm going to do this. Once I get through that break even, I'm going to go in and just nice and slow and steady. Just same thing, $150 or win 450 again and again and again, because that will pay the bills and it's going to be nice and slow. So yeah, that's it. I'm going in and I'm going to do better with my risk. My analysis is good, and yeah, because look, this analysis was correct. I'm doing good. Just gotta fix little things in my risk, and that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.